Hey guys, how you guys doing? I'm doing alright. Alright, so things are not going so well between the militia and the FBI, supposedly. You know the job of the FBI negotiators, right? They want to negotiate the stand down of the situation, they want to resolve the conflict. They are not there to basically change government order, to do anything to affect policy or anything else. They're there to basically tell these guys to stand down and bring the situation to a hopeful, peaceful conclusion. Now, I completely agree with what the militia and Ammon are trying to do. However, they are not going to get their way on this, I don't think, from the FBI. They would have better off to petition Congress, get their big rancher lawyers to get them into Congress and to discuss Congress matters of the BLM and bring in the BLM reps. Now, I know neither one in the real world is feasible or more feasible than the other, but I'm just letting you know what's what and how everything is. Now, I think what and the militia are doing is still think in the U.S. government is with the U.S. government. It's been the last 25 years or so. The authority of the U.S. government, like any government in the world, resides on the owners of the bank and the central banks. I go on, but that is so true, it's ridiculous. Now, had Ammon and taken over the U.S. Reserve Bank, yes, would have gotten some serious, stuff that's the fan type of things going on. The FBI taking over the wildlife refuge is kind of low on the totem pole. I'm not saying go out and kidnap 100 people, that'd be horrible. But they don't really have any. FBI doesn't really have any authority to change the laws or to change or affect the BLM. An investigation. That's not what crisis investigators, negotiators are there to do, regardless of how simple the matter is. So they will never fully, to these and stuff. Now, they were successful because it was their own property. They could actually negotiate the situation. Now, I don't know one thing versus another. And none of us, really know. I've heard kinds of things that Hillary is involved in land grabs and she's going to sell them to China or Saudi Arabia or Russia. There's kinds of, various rumors on the internet. So, for them to really come out and say, yes, here's a crisis negotiator because you said you were going to be civil and everything, the crisis negotiator is not there, or any of these other negotiators from the FBI and others are not there to actually policy. They wanted a jet, a houseboat, whatever. They would get it, they'd show them a good picture, and then they'd walk them off the property. That's what they're there for. They're not there to change policy and investigate, their own federal government. It doesn't them no good because the same policyholders that are basically, over the BLM or over the FBI goes up the chain to the same federal bankers, same Rothschild personnel, same everybody. So it really does nobody any good to really do this. So anyways, FBI negotiator refuses to invest intensifies. I don't know if it actually intensifies. I think it basically goes back to where it was. But Ammon is actually living in the past.
It is the people, their county, and their land. And the federal government simply needs to adhere to the United States, adhere to the rules in Article 1.817 and comply. Our doors have been open. We've had hundreds of local people come down into the resource center, and
he's talking with the FBI negotiator
extensively about the solutions to this. And committees to be able to accomplish this. They are not happy. They are not happy that you are there. The FBI is there. They're not happy that you barricaded off their schools, that you barricaded off their courtrooms, and that you're walking around with literally weapons in the middle of their towns. And
all right, I'm gonna stop it right there. Basically, the negotiator just goes and says, you know, we're not going to give our last name, or he's not going to give his last name, this and that.
To investigate federal bureaus, not people.
Do you want us to do an investigation on BLM? Is that what you're asking?
I'm asking you to do your job in which you were established to do, which was to investigate bureaucracies, federal bureaucracies.
That's something we do, and we can certainly have that conversation.
Yeah, they can have that conversation. However, that's one of their lines that they're going to put out there. Is that's something we can talk about. But they really, at the end of the day, do not have the say-so from the higher-ups to actually do that. I mean, they could go there with paperwork up and down. It wouldn't matter. So, I mean, I hate to say this is a lost cause because I don't think it is. I just don't think that they're going to get anywhere with the FBI negotiators, period. It's not their job to, you know, go investigate the BLM and other things, unless, of course, there was a serious, gross offense that happened, which there was with the Ammon brothers, but as far as they're concerned, in 2 or 3 years they'll be released and it'll be whitewashed and everything will be good. I don't like it either, folks, but that's the way the world works right now. And in order to do anything major, they would have to contact the UN or U.S. Congress, and they would have to find the people over the BLM, and they would have to go before them in Congress. And for them to sit and do it this way, they're kind of getting shortchanged. I mean, they're kind of getting shortchanged a little bit. So, thank you.